Good morning, everybody. It's Fridays with Father Scott again, and I'm going to start with a little gospel passage for this coming Sunday. It's a parable again, and I really do love when Jesus talks in parables again, and it gives us an opportunity to be an intimate part of the story. And he says to the chief priests and elders of the people, "The kingdom of heaven may be likened to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. He dispatched his servants to summon the invited guests to the feast, but they refused to come. A second time he sent other servants, saying, 'Tell those invited, behold, I have prepared my banquet. My calves and fatted cattle are killed, and everything is ready. Come to the feast.' Some ignored the invitation and went away, one to his farm, another to his business. The rest laid hold of his servants, mistreated them, and killed them. The king was enraged and sent his troops, destroyed those murderers, and burnt their city. Then he said to his servants, 'The feast is ready, but those who were invited were not worthy to come. Go out, therefore, into the main roads and invite to the feast whomever you find.' The servants went out into the streets and gathered all they found, bad and good alike, and the hall was filled with guests. But when the king came to meet the guests, he saw a man there not dressed in a wedding garment. The king said to him, 'My friend, how is it that you came in here without a wedding garment?' But he was reduced to silence. Then the king said to his attendants, 'Bind his hands and feet and cast him into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Many are invited, but few are chosen.'" The Gospel of the Lord. A wonderful gospel. I mean, all the gospel stories that we hear are wonderful, obviously. But for me this weekend, I have a wedding. And it just so happens it's my nephew's wedding. So tonight, today, as you hear this message, this evening, tonight, I will be having the wedding rehearsal, and tomorrow night I will be having the wedding. And here we are during COVID-19 time, and they're worried about social distancing and mask wearing, and all those kinds of things. And really, the most important part is you're there to get married. That's most important. And I know people want to have the wedding that they dreamed of and planned for and all of that. The other thing that, besides COVID, that we're watching is the remnants of that storm coming in out of the Gulf, because they're doing an outside reception. So it's like, what do you say and what do you do? Again, I think they're going to have a good time once they say "I do" and exchange rings and give that kiss. It'll be a powerful moment, and everything else is going to be, as they say, icing on the cake. And many are invited. My nephew told me that about 240 some have already responded. So, it's going to be a great time. But to keep focused on what's most important. And I think Jesus in today's gospel does just that. There's a feast, and you and I have been invited. Are we ready to go? The challenge for us is he's prepared everything that we love. All the choice foods, probably the best wines, and it's going to be a shindig of all shindigs. And hopefully we'll realize that and get ready. So, you put on your wedding clothes and you show up. So, a wonderful gospel story. Maybe you can think back maybe to the day that you got married. What was it like? What time of the day was it? Even though we plan and do all the things, Mother Nature has a mind of her own out there. And I remember when my mom and dad used to tell stories back in the good old days, give me that old time religion. When they went to see the priest about getting married, he said, "Show up here on Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. and we'll have a wedding." How about that? 2 witnesses, their parents. That took care of it all. So if you're thinking about getting married, keep things in focus. the kingdom of heaven is like. And we heard the story. Come to the feast. It's ready. Have a great weekend. Be safe. God bless.